Have you ever found yourself ruminating, wondering how you ended up agreeing to something you initially didn't want? Have you questioned why certain conversations leave you feeling as if you're in a fog, doubting your own thoughts? It could be that you're being subtly manipulated without even realizing it. In this interconnected world, we're constantly interacting with different people, each with their own intentions and methods. Often these interactions are harmless or even enriching. But what happens when others' intentions become dark and their methods manipulative? Today, we're delving into the complex and often hidden world of manipulation. This isn't just a simple talk. It's a revelation, a journey toward understanding the 10 most subtle and powerful forms of manipulation, and, most importantly, how you can defend yourself against them. Why is this knowledge crucial? Because we live in an era where manipulation doesn't just come from the people around us, but also from larger, omnipresent structures like media and social networks. Knowing these techniques isn't just an act of self-protection, it's a step toward greater autonomy and personal freedom. Today, I'll guide you through this labyrinth, showing you how to recognize and neutralize these tactics, from gaslighting that makes you question your reality to emotional manipulation that plays with your deepest feelings. Together, we'll unravel these strategies, providing you with the tools to maintain your power and make decisions that truly reflect your desires and needs. Join me on this journey of discovery and empowerment. If you're new here, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Statistics show that only 3% of my audience is subscribed, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Form number 1. Emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is like an invisible chess game where the pieces are your emotions and the board is your mind. Imagine walking through an enchanted forest where each tree represents a different emotion: joy, fear, guilt. Each of these trees can be shaken by someone to make you lose your balance. First, it's crucial to understand that emotional manipulation isn't always evident. Often, it's disguised as concern, affection, or even a loaded silence. The manipulator is like a skilled magician, adept at diverting your attention so you don't see what they're really doing. This process begins with small actions or words that seem harmless, but gradually envelop you in a web of doubts and fears. A common tactic is the use of guilt. Imagine a friend asking you for a favor, one that's uncomfortable or imprudent. Upon refusal, they respond with a sigh of disappointment and a look that says more than words can express. "I thought we were friends," they say. Suddenly, you find yourself questioning your decision, feeling selfish for putting your needs first. Another subtle form of emotional manipulation is fear. Someone might insinuate, without saying it directly, that something bad could happen if you don't follow their advice or do what they ask. It's like being in a dark room where the only light comes from the person manipulating you, making you dependent on their guidance and direction. How to defend yourself. 1. Self-awareness. Take time to know your emotions and understand what makes you happy, sad, angry, or scared. Like a gardener who knows every plant in their garden, you must know every emotion that blooms within you. This awareness forms the foundation to recognize when someone is trying to manipulate you. 2. Establish clear boundaries. This doesn't mean building an impenetrable wall, but having doors you can open or close at will. Learn to say no without feeling guilty and accept that you can't always please everyone. 3. Seek balance in relationships. A healthy relationship is like a dance where both participants move at the same pace and with mutual respect. If you feel you're always dancing to someone else's tune, it's time to rethink that relationship. Practice honest communication. Confronting someone who manipulates you isn't easy, but sometimes a simple "I feel this way" or "I'm not comfortable with that" can change the dynamic. Emotional manipulation is a dark art, but with awareness, clear boundaries, balance, and communication, you can master the art of protecting your emotions. Are you the king or queen of your own destiny? Torstam. Form number 2. Beware of logical fallacies. Be alert to arguments that seem logical, but are based on fallacies such as personal attacks or generalizations. In the world of argumentation, logical fallacies are like mirages in a desert. They seem to offer refuge and truth, but as you get closer, they vanish, leaving only confusion and deceit. A logical fallacy occurs when the presented argument lacks a solid foundation. Although it may seem reasonable or convincing on the surface, identifying these fallacies is crucial for navigating the maze of daily communication and protecting yourself against subtle manipulation. One common type of fallacy is the personal attack, known in Latin as ad hominem. This occurs when, instead of addressing a person's argument, their character or personal attributes are attacked. Imagine you're debating politics, and instead of responding to your points, your opponent begins to criticize your education or past. It's as if, instead of playing fair, someone decided to throw sand in your eyes to blind you and steer you away from the real issue. Another frequent fallacy is the hasty generalization, where a small sample or personal experience is extended to an entire group. It's like seeing one bird fly south and concluding that all birds in the world fly south. This fallacy feeds on stereotypes and prejudices, creating fertile ground for discrimination and misunderstandings. The slippery slope fallacy is another example, arguing that a small first step will inevitably lead to a chain of negative events. For instance, saying that if you allow your child to stay up late one night, they will inevitably become a chronic insomniac. This fallacy exaggerates future consequences, playing on fear. How to protect yourself. 1. Educate yourself. Learn to recognize logical fallacies and understand how they manifest in conversations. Knowledge is like having a map in the desert of mirages. 2. Evaluate arguments critically. Ask yourself, is the argument addressing the central point? Is it based on solid evidence or assumptions? Develop critical thinking by questioning and analyzing claims. 3. Avoid using fallacies. In your own discussions, focus on facts and logic to contribute to more honest and productive dialogues. Being alert to logical fallacies is like having a compass in a sea of deceptive arguments. It keeps you on the path of reason and truth, protecting you from manipulation. Form number 3. Gaslighting detection. Recognize when someone tries to make you doubt your reality or perception. Gaslighting, a subtle and often insidious form of psychological manipulation, is akin to a mental game where the manipulator sows doubts in the victim's mind about their memory, perception, or sanity. It's like someone slowly moving the furniture around in your house and then denying that anything has changed, making you question your reality. This tactic can take various forms. Denial. The manipulator refuses to acknowledge the truth or invalidates your experiences. For example, you confess to seeing a shooting star and they insist you imagined it. Distortion of facts. The manipulator twists reality to make you doubt your memories. If you clearly remember a conversation where something was agreed upon, they might insist it never happened or claim something entirely different was said. Trivialization. Your feelings and thoughts are minimized or ridiculed. For instance, they might tell you you're making a storm in a teacup, even when something is genuinely concerning to you. How to protect yourself. 1. Trust your intuition. If something feels off, it probably is. Trust your memories and perceptions. 2. Document events. Keep a journal or notes to record conversations and experiences. This factual record can help validate your feelings and details. 3. Seek external support. Talk to trusted friends or family members. An outside perspective can help you see the situation more clearly. 4. Self-care and affirmation. Strengthen your self-esteem and remember that your feelings, thoughts, and memories are valid. Practices like meditation or therapy can help maintain emotional well-being. Gaslighting is designed to make you doubt your reality. By trusting yourself, seeking support, and staying informed, you can protect yourself from this harmful tactic. Form number 4. Awareness of group pressure. Identify when peer or group pressure is influencing your decisions or beliefs. Group pressure is a powerful force that can manifest in subtle or overt ways, significantly impacting our decisions and beliefs. It's like sailing on a choppy sea, where waves of popular opinion threaten to carry you in a direction you don't want to go. This form of social manipulation relies on our innate desire to belong and be accepted. It can be as simple as dressing a certain way to fit in, or as complex as altering your beliefs or behaviors to align with the group. To avoid being the black sheep, we sometimes follow the flock, even if it leads us down a path that isn't our own. How to maintain awareness. Reflect on your choices. Ask yourself if your decisions align with your values and beliefs. Set boundaries. Be firm in your convictions while remaining open to constructive dialogue. Surround yourself with diverse opinions. Exposure to different perspectives can reduce the pressure to conform to a single group. By recognizing group pressure and staying true to yourself, you can make decisions that reflect your authentic values. To develop solid self-esteem and self-confidence, knowing who you are and what you value is like having an anchor in a choppy sea. It keeps you steady even when the waves try to drag you away. Another strategy is to learn to recognize when you're being influenced. Sometimes group pressure is obvious, like when someone explicitly encourages you to do something. Other times, it's more subtle, such as when everyone in your social group adopts a certain opinion or lifestyle, and you feel an implicit need to do the same. It's like being in a room where everyone speaks in one tone, and you feel the need to adjust your voice to match theirs. It's also important to develop skills to say no. Establishing and maintaining boundaries is crucial. You don't have to be unpleasant or confrontational, but being firm and clear in your decisions will help you stay true to yourself. Imagine you're a tree with deep roots. Even when the wind blows hard, your roots keep you in place. Additionally, seek a support group that respects your individuality. Surrounding yourself with people who value diversity of thought and support your personal decisions is like finding a safe harbor where you can be yourself without fear of judgment or pressure. Finally, make decisions based on your own values and principles, not on what's popular or accepted by others. Sometimes this may mean taking the road less traveled, but it's essential for living an authentic and fulfilling life. Being aware of group pressure and learning to manage it is crucial for maintaining your personal integrity and making decisions in line with your true values and beliefs. Remember, it's okay to be different and make your own decisions, even if that means not always following the crowd. Form 5. Identification of excessive flattery. Be aware of when flattery is used to gain your trust and manipulate you. Excessive flattery, that shower of compliments that seems harmless, can be a very cunning tool of manipulation. It's like a sweet, attractive bait hiding a hook underneath. When someone showers you with constant praise, it can be easy to get carried away by the stream of good vibes. without realizing that you're being primed for deeper manipulation. This type of manipulation plays with our ego and our need to feel appreciated and valued. It's as if we're offered a magic mirror that reflects the best version of ourselves, so seductive that we forget to look behind the surface. However, it's crucial to remember that when praises are excessive or don't align with reality, there are likely hidden motives behind them. To protect yourself from falling into the trap of excessive flattery, the first step is to develop healthy self-esteem and a realistic self-assessment. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses gives you a solid foundation to evaluate the praises you receive. It's like having an internal navigation system that tells you when you're on genuine territory and when you've entered the realm of exaggeration. It's also useful to observe the context and frequency of the compliments. If praises come from someone seeking something from you or occur with unusual frequency, there are probably hidden motives. It's like when someone offers you a sweet every time they need a favor. Eventually, you start wondering if they really like you or just want something from you. Maintain a healthy emotional distance when you feel flattery is excessive. Politely thank the person, but don't get carried away by the praise. Think of it as carrying an umbrella on a sunny day. It may seem unnecessary, but it protects you in case it starts to rain. Seek opinions from people you trust. Sometimes an external perspective can help you see if the praises are genuine or a manipulative tactic. It's like having a second pair of eyes to help you see what you might not notice yourself. Finally, learn to differentiate between sincere compliments and manipulation. Genuine praises are usually specific and relevant to the situation, while excessive flattery tends to be vague, generic, and disproportionate. Excessive flattery can be a subtle but powerful form of manipulation. By having healthy self-esteem, critically evaluating praises, and maintaining emotional distance, you can protect yourself from being manipulated and keep your relationships based on sincerity and mutual respect. Halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I humbly ask you to leave a comment as it helps my channel immensely. If you don't know what to comment, just write mind over body. So I know you've reached this far. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today. These books can also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. Form number 6. Recognition of isolation tactics. Pay attention to situations where someone attempts to isolate you from your friends, family, or colleagues. Isolation is a particularly insidious and effective manipulation tactic. By separating you from your support networks, the manipulator makes you more vulnerable and dependent, facilitating their control over you. Imagine being on a deserted island with no one around. You depend entirely on the person who left you there. The key to recognizing this tactic is to notice subtle or obvious changes in your relationships. The manipulator might start questioning your friendships or relationships, sowing doubts about their intentions or loyalty. It's as if they magnify every little crack in your relationships until it becomes an abyss. They may also use direct tactics, such as demanding you spend more time with them alone, or criticizing and devaluing the people around you. It's like they're building a wall around you brick by brick, blocking your access to the outside world. To resist these tactics, 1. Keep your relationships and support networks active. Maintain regular communication with friends and family, like lifelines that keep you connected to reality and provide different perspectives. 2. Establish and maintain clear boundaries. If someone tries to control who you associate with or how you spend your time, firmly communicate your boundaries. Think of this as building a fortress where you decide who enters. 3. Trust your instincts. If you feel something is wrong, there's probably some truth to it. Your instincts act as an internal alarm system. Seek external support. Talking to a counselor, therapist, or trusted friend can provide valuable perspective and help you reaffirm your reality. Recognizing isolation tactics is crucial for maintaining autonomy and emotional well-being. Keep your communication channels open, trust your instincts, and ensure your relationships are based on mutual respect. Form number 7. Alert to ultimatums. Identify when ultimatums are used to force you to make a decision under pressure. Ultimatums in manipulation are like standing on the edge of a cliff. You feel cornered with a seemingly simple but terrifying choice. A manipulator uses ultimatums to create urgency and force decisions under pressure, limiting your options to align with their desires. Recognizing this tactic involves noticing when decisions are presented in extreme terms. Phrases like, "If you really loved me, you'd do this," or "If you don't do this, our friendship is over," are red flags, indicating attempts to control your behavior through pressure. To handle ultimatums. 1. Pause and resist immediate pressure. You almost always have more time than you think. Press the pause button in your mind to consider your options carefully. 2. Evaluate the consequences. Ultimatums often exaggerate one option as worse. Look at the long-term consequences to find a path that aligns with your values. 3. Communicate your boundaries. Express how the ultimatum affects you and reaffirm your autonomy. 4th. Reevaluate relationships. If ultimatums are a pattern, it may be time to reconsider the health of the relationship. Being alert to ultimatums and managing them effectively helps maintain freedom of choice and ensures your decisions reflect what's best for you. Form number 8. Recognizing blame. Blame occurs when someone tries to make you feel guilty to control your actions or thoughts. It's a subtle but powerful manipulation tool, like poison infiltrating your mind and causing self-doubt. To detect blame, notice when someone shifts responsibility for their actions or emotions onto you. Watch for phrases like, "You made me feel bad," or "If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't have reacted this way." These create a distorted mirror, reflecting all your movements as mistakes. To counter blame. 1. Assert your reality. Your feelings and perceptions are valid. Don't let someone rewrite your story or make you feel responsible for things outside your control. Practice self-reflection. Before accepting blame, ask yourself if the accusation is fair. 3. Communicate clearly. Express your feelings and set boundaries. For example, "I understand you're upset, but I don't accept responsibility for your actions." 4. Surround yourself with supportive people. A healthy environment nurtures your emotional growth and shields you from unwarranted guilt. By recognizing and confronting blame, you protect your emotional and mental well-being. Keep your boundaries firm and your environment positive to stay free from manipulation. Form number 9. Awareness of information overload. Be cautious in situations where you are presented with an overwhelming amount of information, making it difficult to make clear decisions. Information overload is like a storm in your mind, a hurricane of data, facts, and figures swirling in all directions. This creates confusion, overwhelms you, and ultimately incapacitates your ability to make rational decisions. Manipulators use this strategy to disorient you, making you more susceptible to their influence or demands. It's like being handed a puzzle with too many pieces, pushing you to give up and let someone else take control. How to protect yourself. 1. Recognize overload. If you feel inundated with too much data, take a moment to breathe and pause. Think of it as pausing a chaotic movie to understand the plot. 2. Simplify information. Break the information into smaller, manageable parts. It's like dismantling a complicated machine one piece at a time. 3. Ask questions. Clarify doubts to dispel confusion. Don't hesitate to say, "I don't understand. Can you explain it differently?" It's like asking someone to turn on a flashlight in a dark room. 4. Seek external perspectives. Consult with impartial third parties for a fresh and objective viewpoint. This is akin to viewing a map from above for better clarity. 5. Trust your instincts. If the situation feels overwhelming, trust your inner radar. It's likely alerting you to potential manipulation. Being mindful of information overload is essential to maintaining your autonomy and decision-making ability. Simplify, seek clarity, and protect your mental space to ensure your choices are your own. Form number 10. Identifying topic shifting. Watch for moments when someone frequently changes the subject to avoid responsibility or confuse you. Topic shifting is like a conversational magic trick. One moment you're discussing something important and suddenly the focus shifts, leaving you puzzled and disoriented. Manipulators use this tactic to divert attention away from sensitive or compromising issues. It's like starting on a clear path only to find yourself lost in a maze of dead-end conversations. When questioned or cornered, they change topics swiftly to evade responsibility, like a dancer gracefully avoiding a misstep. How to handle topic shifting. 1. Recognize the shift. If a topic suddenly changes without logical transition, it's a red flag. Think of it as noticing a sudden change in scenery on a journey. 2. Steer the conversation back. Redirect the discussion to the original issue. You can say, "That's interesting, but I'd like to return to our previous topic." 3. Stay calm and firm. Resist the current of irrelevant topics by maintaining balance and focus. Question intentions. If the shifting persists, directly ask, "Why are we changing the topic?" This can reveal the underlying motive. 5. Establish boundaries. If the conversation remains unproductive, it's okay to end it. Know when to step away from a game being played unfairly. Recognizing and addressing topic shifting ensures honest, meaningful, and respectful communication. It empowers you to maintain control and stay on course in conversations. Closing thoughts. The journey to recognizing manipulation. Through these 10 forms of manipulation, emotional coercion, isolation tactics, information overload, and more, we've explored how manipulators operate and how you can defend yourself. Awareness is your most powerful shield. By understanding these tactics, you can better navigate attempts to influence your decisions, emotions, and perceptions unethically. Manipulation can appear in various areas of life: personal relationships, the workplace, or even public interactions. With the right knowledge and tools, you can stand firm, protecting your mind and emotions from unwanted influences. If this content resonated with you, leave a like and comment. It helps the algorithm recommend this video to others who may need it. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Browse our channel for videos that might offer further guidance and insights. Reflection. Which of these 10 forms of manipulation resonated most with you? Have you encountered any of these tactics in your life? How did you handle them, and what strategies have worked best for you? Share your experiences and reflections in the comments below. Your insights are invaluable, not just to me, but to the community as a whole. Together, we can build a supportive space where we learn, grow, and navigate manipulation with clarity and resilience.